This is the Valor search that I had.
Toughened. Oh, that one. Okay.
I thought that that's what I had, but when it didn't seem like I was doing what it was supposed to be doing, I was like, oh fuck, maybe I did this one instead.
Mm.
Because like for whatever reason, I'm not even gonna lie, the first like the top Valor surges almost seem more useful to me than the bottom ones.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Some of the bottom ones are kind of lame.
Like I thought it would have been like opposite, but it's not. So um,
Okay, you are super, super close to the end.
I better take a lift.
let's see. While I'm at it though. This is like the final fight.
Bob.
Looks like the machines and specters have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have him.
Ooh, I like this music, this bass music. Oh shit! I see that now. Hold on. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna die, aren't I?
No, you're just an idiot.
I understand what this button does now. I saw that a little bit too late. I could see the blue
the thing you gotta pull out.
Yeah. While I'm doing this. I'll keep those ones just because. Can I pull from here?
Gotta get going. Errand? Is everyone all right down there?
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
What about the Zeniths?
Dead, I think. Zoe told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out. If she's okay.
Oh, I thought that was a big cloaked dude right in front of me. God damn it, Aloy. I'm looking for like chests and shit.
I'm almost there.
This music is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the soundtrack in general for this game is fucking stellar.
I'm coming, Beta.
I got two. How many does this one have? Oh, I don't know what that one. 3.
This is it. End of the line. Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did. Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
Holy shit.
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars. And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me. It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
No! I've heard that before.
I can endure. You cannot.
Oh god. Why am I not being able to?
This thing's also weak to corrosive.
Good to know.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
I'm holding back because you suck dick. Holy! Whoa, that definitely worked.
I can target its gold plating.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
Ha! Those gold plates are vulnerable. Feeling better.
Okay, what do I want to do?
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
Oh, fuck, it's a wall.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
Oh, wow, that was a lot of damage.
You're not taking me, Tilda! I can't with my stamina this low.
Well, my stamina shouldn't be that low.
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
Well, that did something.
I can endure. You cannot.
Wrong! I'm gonna try.
Oh, that thing's fast. hunt you down.
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
It's quick.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
Armor's off.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
This won't work, Tilda.
Wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I call horseshit, bitch.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
It's using those gold plates to power its attacks.
Is this really what you want?
You're not gonna beat me!
I can endure. You cannot. This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
I clip that thing's armor.
I wonder what happens if you shoot that.
Oh, I'm trying. It's not doing anything.
This world is finished! We must leave together!
I'm not going with you! Axe eating away at it. Now to follow.
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
Stab it. Oh, stab it. Tickle its booty hole. Almost there.
That was a fun boss fight.
Yeah.
It's over. Lord, couldn't you just let
Clam
me
slam, you
choose?
bitch. Ooh.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith's shields. Everything I did to create the Rebel Army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point.
Is it past your riddle bedtime?
My plans, but brought
Love,
to
way
fruition.
past.
The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database, and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Found her.
Do I get a choice?
Still on her feet. Thank the 10.
Goodbye,
Just keep
Silence.
watching.
Because I would totally choose to go with Silence.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
I always liked you, Silence. Lop.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
Good job, Aaron. You just predicted Horizon 3. Lop.
Love.
Come on, give me my platinum trophy.
There's another battle ahead.
Okay, there we go.
Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought. It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. The ingenuity to solve any problem. Courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
One's missing.
2, Hades and Hephaestus.
Oh, I see that now.
Okay, you can end SharePlay because I'm gonna go to bed here in a few minutes.
Or you can just, leave yourself. Doesn't really matter. I'm just waiting on the platinum. Can I actually move? Oh, I can't move. It does it automatically.
Yeah, no, this is the credits thing.
I'm just waiting there. Oh, you left. I'm waiting on my freaking platinum.
So, obviously I know Neil's opinions. What are your opinions?
I actually really enjoyed that boss fight. It's funny because I was hearing from people that the boss fight in particular, if you die you have to rescan it again and whatnot, but then I just remembered that it's the last enemy type that I had to scan anyway, so the moment that I scanned it I got the trophy for scanning all enemies. But overall, I really enjoyed that boss fight. When I realized just how much health it had, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be tough and whatnot. But corrosion really does a lot of damage, and the precision shot arrow thingy, whatever the fuck it's called, does a shit ton of damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that pretty much all. And then of course my Valor, the one that I chose, that thing was a lifesaver at the very end of that fight. Holy hell! I wasn't having to use any of my medicine berries or anything like that, because I had it maxed out. It was doing so much heal per second for a good chunk of that fight. So overall, I really enjoyed that boss fight. In comparison with, so this is the thing. I enjoyed the final, or I shouldn't say it. Let's see. In terms of the final boss fight, I enjoyed that one in this game more over the Deathbringer in the first one, because the Deathbringer just in my opinion, generic. This one was actually unique. But in terms of the overall fight, so this one did have that incredible cutscene with all the cavalry coming in and you know, obliterating the specters and whatnot. So I really loved that cutscene. And it's because of that cutscene that it makes it very difficult to be like, which final mission I liked more. I would probably lean towards the first, like, I mean, like when it comes to, like, games in general, it's, like, always very difficult to, like, top what a predecessor did. And so I probably did, like, the entire boss fight, like the entire, not boss fight, the entire final mission of the first one more, up until, like, the Deathbringer. Like the Deathbringer was just, like, generic, and it's like, oh god, you know, it's gonna be one of these types of things. So not to say that it wasn't bad, because there was like some I forget if it was Ravagers or if it was the what was the other cat type enemy in that first game?
Sawtooth.
Yeah, Sawtooth. It was one or the other that aids the Deathbringer and I guess pretty much Hades.
It's a Ravager.
It was Ravagers in the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And then there was like, I think that there was like some other types of machines, long legs or something else that like aided.
There's a couple of bellowbacks. I think there's one long leg.
Yeah. I remember that, the bellowbacks. So, and I think that my favorite aspect of the first game's final fight was when you had the heavy weapons and you're up on that, like, guarding that doorway and whatnot, and like all the enemies were like coming down the mountainside towards you. So I mean that was arguably my favorite aspect of it, because you actually did fight that. In this game, you don't get to have that experience in the final fight per se. It's more or less just taking out the specters, and then you've got like an absolutely incredible cutscene. I mean, the cutscene itself was just, it almost makes it difficult to pick which final mission I liked more. But
well, what I care more about, at least right now, is your opinions on the story, narratively. Because it's honestly one of my favorite, like, video game stories.
So,
like, top 5 easy.
So, in terms of the story itself, I did like that the Zeniths were not trying to like take over, but like they were literally fleeing. Like that was kind of like a twist that I was not expecting. That they're actually fleeing from whatever Nemesis is, and like. I knew that there was going to be like a final boss fight. Like I didn't think that it was going to be up against Tilda. And
I mean, I saw her betrayal coming a mile away, but it was the way they flavored it was not what I was expecting.
Well, I mean, so like with Tilda, I can see Neil's perspective in that it was like, you know, forcing Aloy to go with, like, if Tilda gave her a choice and whatnot, and like, you know, something else happened to create like that final conflict and whatnot, I'd have been like, yeah, okay, but like forcing somebody to do something against their will automatically is going to create that conflict. And so on the one hand, that was like cool, but like the moment that she was like, I'm not asking, I'm telling you that this is what's going to happen and whatnot, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to have to fight her now, because Aloy, being the strong-willed woman that she is, she's not going to go for that bullshit. And so I wouldn't necessarily say that I was that I disproved or that I approved of the ending. I'm more indifferent. I'm more interested in what Nemesis brings, as opposed to what Tilda was trying to force Aloy to do. So like I know that in terms of the narrative per se, you're like at the high end, Neil's at the low end. I'm probably more in the middle of the two of you.
Well, you know how Neil is just very nitpicky when it comes to stories. I try to take a lot of what he says about stories because he's so opinionated with a grain of salt. Because ultimately he's just very opinionated, and he's kind of like you where he's
an asshole,
very harsh when something doesn't line up with his opinion.
Like the thing is, and I will be 100% frank with you on this, is that, and I've said it before, you have new hype, new game hype when it comes to like a new game, and you did this with Mass Effect Andromeda, and you did this with The Last of Us Part 2, that like it's like all like super new and flavorful, and you can't find a lot of faults in it, and it's not until like months later or even like potentially years later that you start to like realize, maybe it wasn't as good as you initially thought. Now granted, that might be some of everybody else's opinions that peer pressured you into changing your mind. I mean, I'm not you, so I can't really tell. I did like this game. I do think overall I liked the first game more. This game specifically had some really nice additions or inclusions, one of which was being able to travel underwater, and one of those was obviously having a mount that you can fly on.
Well, I don't know. It's definitely not new game hype in this situation, and it wasn't new game hype in the situation of The Last of Us Part 2, because even months later, I still have basically the same opinion that I did about The Last of Us Part 2. I'm too tired to really get into that discussion, but with Forbidden West, there's just a lot of stuff that they did differently and also better than in the first game, in terms of the writing, and also just in terms of like the gameplay. I am of the opinion that Forbidden West is just objectively better than Zero Dawn, which is a hard bar to clear for me because I still hold Zero Dawn in such high regard.
I mean, like I will 100% disagree with you on the gameplay, because there's a lot of issues in the gameplay with this game.
Well, you also played on PS4. I played on PS5, so I had a different experience. The gameplay on PS4 will undoubtedly get better, just as they patch. But
there was a recent patch, like a
PS5,
day or two ago?
it runs better. It just runs better on PS5. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I had very few actual gameplay problems. So, like, I can't really argue with you there because we had two very different experiences gameplay-wise. But
yeah, that's fair, and that's probably like, have you brought that up with Neil? Because I mean, like Neil's going to be negative and completely say that it's not that big of a change or whatnot. But like I can totally see where you're coming from in this regards and whatnot. And
I will say though that like I still think that just all around Forbidden West is objectively a better game, because it seems like they had a much bigger budget with which to do much more. And I think, as much as I hate to say it, because I was so against getting a PS5 in the beginning, I think that for the optimum experience with this game, you need to go PS5, which, I mean, obviously that's not to say you guys need to get PS5s and then play it on the PS5. It's, I think, just in general, for the optimum Forbidden West experience, at least right out the gate, it's PS5.
I've said this for a while now, and like I really had zero interest in getting a PS5 at launch, and I'm glad that I held off on doing that because of the CMOS bomb that like they fucking integrated into not just the PS5 but the PS4 as well. And I think I was gonna say that I thought that they did it in the PS3 as well, but I could be wrong.
No, they didn't.
But anyways, I know it was PS4 and I know it was PS5, and when whoever it was that found out about that, brought it to light, and it got massive backlash, and Sony finally decided to patch that out of existence. I mean, like, obviously, I'm happy that they did. Again, I think it was Neil that said, it kind of makes it like difficult to like trust them, going forward and whatnot. But it's a really good thing that they actually listened for once on this matter and removed it. So, in my opinion, now is like, if you can get your hands on a PS5, like totally, like I would totally get a PS5, and I think that getting it on like Black Friday or Cyber Monday would probably be the time that I would probably want to try and get it. I mean, like if I can get it before then, so be it and whatnot. I'm not in a rush to get it, but if something like that did happen, then I would think about actually getting it.
Well, at any rate, I kind of want to let you digest the full story of the game for a bit before we actually dive into a discussion. Plus, it's 4:09, and I don't want to be waking up past noon tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it. But
you don't want to be in chat while I get this plat, because I just got done with the cutscenes. It's got to happen at any second now. Any second now. Give me that plat. Give me that plat. It's in a fucking loading screen.
Ow.
Come on, load. Pulse tap your focus. Tap R3 to reveal free climb options or surrounding rocks and cliffs. On surrounding rocks and cliffs. Fucking goddamn cutscene with its tips. Locate cauldrons and override their cores to learn overrides from many different types of machines. By the way, when you gained access to like when you did cauldrons, did you actually go out into the world and kill the machines to get the parts necessary to override them?
I let it happen naturally as I progressed through the game. I didn't specifically hunt down the machines.
There you go. Discovered Nemesis and Platinum. There it goes. All trophies obtained. Lop.